do you mean, taken? Just what I said. Whoever they were, they must be good. Probably stunned them while we were all talking, then whisked them out the window. And if they're that good, they'll be expecting this panic. They'll probably give us a little time to get completely hysterical with worry, and then they'll contact us and demand an exchange. For you? Of course. I mean, if they found this place, they must know I'm here, and that I'm alive. In the end, it's all about shutting me up. But that raises the obvious question. How did they find this place? Not exactly lit up with a beacon and a neon sign.
Like you said, these people are good. They probably worked out my previous connections with Natalia, maybe didn't fully believe the story about her death, and followed me here.
Miguel, if they didn't know for sure I was still alive before, they certainly know now. And given her part in setting up the whole inside story at Ingenix, you know Elena is probably next on the list. Yes, I'd already got there, Natalia. Listen, Miguel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd stay here with Katya and Natalia, at least for a while. I can go and take care of retrieving Tessa and Lexi, but...
But why are you going after these people? I'm the police officer here. Shouldn't we call this in and get the authorities working on releasing your friends?
Miguel, I'll make this short. Katie has resources none of the rest of us have. She can get this done quickly and without undue attention being drawn, which is what we need here. Because once the police are involved, officially, then the gloves come off, and Genix have power enough to make this very painful, even for you. But first, for Alexei, for Tessa, and Elena.
It doesn't seem right, but okay, I'll stay and keep an eye out. Can I at least call in a few trusted squad members, plainclothes officers I know can help make this place safe, and we'll keep quiet about it.
It'll take too long for them to get out here. I'm worried there may be another Ingenix grab team just waiting for a chance to move in and complete their mission without ever having to use the others as bait. And if all goes well, I can be back here with Tessa and Alexei in a few minutes. Hold the fort for me in the meantime?
We are prepared, Katie.
Just get our friends back. That's the plan. You three stay alert, and I'll be back soon. So, Ingenix now has the confirmation they need that the story surrounding Natalia's disappearance is just a hoax, and their precious data is still out there. Probably don't yet know that Alexei has it locked away in that network drive of his, and I don't want to give them time to find out. Let's see if I can surprise those kidnappers without getting everyone in the van killed. There it is, already turned off along a tiny back road through the forest to try and evade pursuit. Alright, let's zip ahead here, see if there's a simple way to stop the vehicle so I can take the thugs out one at a time without risking the passengers. Well, look at that. A huge herd of deer just off the road. Maybe I can coerce them into blocking the way. Hey, lazy creatures, it's not bedtime yet. Let's move. Come on, up, let's go. That's it. Move, move. You can rest later. Go on, right out onto the road. That's better. Keep going. And here comes the van. Safely stopped, thank goodness. Now for some close quarter work.
Arvin, Cassie, you okay? What did you...
All down. Let's see if there's any ID. As I thought. Nothing incriminating. No ties to Ingenix. Alright, we'll just leave you to your dreams then, and see how you feel when you wake up. But I'm taking Tessa and Alexei with me. Alright, let's get some help and make sure you two are comfortable. We need a plan of action, and we need it now. Everything okay out there? Is it done? Did you get them? In the bedroom. I suggest we don't leave them alone while we decide what to do. Miguel, would you mind helping me get them onto the bed and checking that they're alright? Then maybe you can keep an eye on them while I confer with Katya and Natalia.
How could you possibly... Katya? Natalia? Can you explain this?
I know you'd like all the details, Miguel, and you'll get them eventually. But I don't think now is the time. Maybe you can just help settle our friends and watch them while we talk.
If you and Katya are okay with this, fine. They're just unconscious. I'm guessing Sonic Stunner. Should be back with us in 10 minutes or so. Alright, I'll keep watch. But you owe me for this one, Katya. Natalia. And not just an explanation.
You got it, Miguel. Thank you. So what's the plan? Can you get Elena out for us? Probably, and it does need to happen soon. But having lost contact with their snatch squad, I'm expecting more immediate trouble. What, here? You think there's a second team? Something like that. These kinds of people don't go in without backup, especially this far off the beaten track. Natalia, what does this place have in the way of concealed spaces? You mean like hidden rooms or compartments? So far as I know, nothing. Miguel might know. No, don't bring him into this. He's already doubting us, and we don't want to make things worse. Well, if there's no way of hiding here, we need to get everyone somewhere else. You two, Tessa and Alexei, aren't a problem, but I'm not sure I can bring Miguel into our little light secret without having him completely freak out. But whatever we do, it needs to be soon. I have a feeling that is not good, my sister self. Not good at all. Then might I suggest a blindfold, at least to keep Miguel's freak factor down to a minimum? And if possible, let's all just step in and stay in place for now, until the immediate danger is past. Then we come back out and Miguel will be in the same place. Should be alright until he finds out that he's somehow lost a few hours. Fine, you handle that, Katya. He trusts you more than he does me. I'll go after Elena and bring her here for now. But you need to act quickly. Please, we're on it. Good luck, Katie. Yes. I think I might need it. So, echoes from the past, and not even in the same timeline. A key contact taken down by her own people. But Natalia's fate here took such a different path from Natalie's in my own timeline. I guess Elena's disappearance is how it balances out. Alright, let's follow the contact thread from Natalia to Elena. That means starting at Natalia's office. Ken and I will be wondering if they'll ever see another like her. All except Victor, anyway. Yes, there are a lot of sullen faces here, and some looking very upset. I don't blame them. 15 minutes ago I was devastated. So, her office and... Let's see, so many threads I don't know leading from here, but... This one. I can sense the urgency, the steely determination. This has to be it. Alright, major office block in the downtown. Doesn't feel right for Nginx unless... Yes, the thread leads down, below the parking substructure. I have no idea how these places get built. How can a vast complex like this be constructed below a tower and... Unless this was built as part of the tower construction. While they worked on the foundation, kept hoarding up around this construction site, they dug out everything below, set up all the structure. But then you have hundreds of workers at least who know what was being constructed. How do they ever keep that quiet? Or maybe I just don't want to know. Maybe they were told nothing about the purpose. Maybe they were simply given false information. Maybe a lot of things. But the most sinister seems by far the most likely. Alright, the trail leads to this office, just off a huge communications center. Now, from here, the path is easy. I have her pattern. Follow it to there. Secure cell, fully monitored and locked down. A defiant energy about her. I like her already. Well, no time to waste. They'll have plans for their star gone rogue. Follow the camera feeds to security. Alright, we have a two-man team. Let's give them a surprise.
There's something strange.
Who are you?
Oh, that hurts. Shit, I have to be more careful with this, or I'm going to get put out of action, and then where will we be? So, first a little sabotage on this gear, so whatever's being recorded, both in this room and in the cell block, is wiped from the records. Let's try a little old-fashioned gunplay. These pistols the guards have look effective enough. Or perhaps a little too effective? Fire was not in the plan, but it's done. I think maybe I'll keep a pair of these, one for Katja and the others, and one for me. Alright, better get down there and pull Elena out before the alarms go off and all hell breaks loose. Mother of God! Elena, don't worry. I'm here to get you out, take you to Natalia and her friend Katya. And we need to go immediately, because I've done a little disrupting inside this facility and, as you can hear, it's been discovered. You're here to help take down Magix? And you're with Natalia? Music to my ears. Get me out of here. Just take my hand and we're... Now me and my new friend Elena need to connect with Katya, so all of us can come out of the light together. This kind of movement is always the easiest, a lateral shift to one of my sister cells. Thank goodness, Katie. I was beginning to worry. I'm not sure if you've met, but I believe this is our mutual friend Elena, Natalia's new accomplice. I'm very sure they'll be pleased to see each other again. They will. But, Katie, we have a new problem. Just as you predicted, Magix had a backup team in place, and they've moved in on the cabin. Take a look. It's been completely trashed. Miguel will have a fit when he finds out. Hardly a surprise that Magix would move in, but they're probably extremely unhappy that all of you have somehow vanished into the ether. For a powerful enterprise used to being in control of every situation, this is more than a little unsettling. Someone who is intent on publicly exposing them, but they can't contain the ultimate threat. It's the kind of situation that drives organizations to act prematurely and decisively. So I'm afraid we're out of time. Whatever we're going to do to try and break Magix, it needs to happen immediately, or the chaos they're planning will be unleashed, and then it's too late to rein in. Who can we put on this case? Do you think Victor might be able to handle this? Or does the data Natalia has require a more powerful and extensive, or maybe I should say persuasive, voice than that of NNI? Victor is a good start, but you're right. It needs to go wide and it needs to happen immediately, and it needs to have the full attention of the world. Do you think Victor can do that? Is NNI well enough respected and connected to make it happen? I don't know. And we can't use the police. Too many channels, too many rules, and altogether too mired in procedure. Natalia will know. She'll be able to get this to the right people. So we need to find a safe location to take all of you, one where Alexei can have access to the data and a way of getting it to whoever Natalia identifies, and secure enough that Magix can't track you all down. I've been thinking about it while you were away getting Elena. Miguel once said he had an apartment in the basement of his house, and it was the first place he suggested when I told him I needed to disappear, way back in the days of GCN. But I was hesitant about it because we have a certain amount of history together now, and any thread that connects people to me is, well, it's dangerous for them and for me. But he told me it had full services, including secure data linkages to the police station he works at. Would that be worth a try? It's about 2 p.m. here, right? A little before, but more or less. It's all going to come down to how quickly Natalia can identify the key connections and Alexei can get the data out. Because more than likely, Magix are watching Miguel's house. But if we go in through the light and stay in the basement, it may give us enough of a window and the opportunity we need. All right, if I direct, can you drive? No need. I believe I can find the place. But if you see me make a wrong turn, let me know. And Katya, see what you can do to make sure everyone's as ready as they can be for the new location. I notice you did blindfold Miguel, probably just as well. What about Tessa and Alexei? Had they recovered before you took them into the light? Just starting to come out of it. Enough to be able to move on their own. Katie, thank you for rescuing them. They're very important to me. Yes. Yes, I know only too well. So, are we getting close? You do know the way. Why do I think there's another story you haven't told me about? Because you're smart, and you're out of panic mode. Back to having your mind in control, which is where you need to be, Katya. All of your friends and many more people across the globe are relying on you to make this all happen. Tear down Magix before it's too late. Feel familiar? What can I say? How did we end up like this? Trying to single-handedly reshape the future of the world? No, not single-handedly. You, me, and our other sisters out there. We work together. And our friends with us. Look how much we've already done. No, Katya. You may be responsible for driving this thing in your world, but you're not alone. I know, and I am very grateful. But it does get overwhelming. I mean, when I saw the initial broadcast about Natalia... Yes, I get it. Me as well. And thank God I didn't have to go back and change. There will come a time, Katie, when you do need to accept that something terrible has happened, and that going back to change what occurs is only going to make matters worse. So, try not to let the weight of all those decisions you make every moment of every day weigh too heavily on you. You are only human. All you can do is your best. You know, Katja, you're almost as good at giving me psychological support as my friend Tess. Thank you. And you can be sure I'll bring you in if that moment truly comes to help me deal with it. Because it tears you apart, living with the implications of even the smallest choice, even the least amount of pain or anguish that you think you could have prevented. And now, my sister self, Miguel's apartment awaits. Are we ready for this? Let's do it.
Everyone, please stay quiet and find a seat. We need to brief you on where things stand, alright?
Elena, it is so good to see you.
I must say I had my doubts when your friend here...
No, don't tell us, not yet. Let's just be glad you're safe.
We need to talk about that. Miguel, sorry to have to blindfold you. We didn't want you to get too worried about what was happening. But here, let me take this off.
Wait a second. This is not the cabin. This is my basement. The apartment.
It is. The one I refused to take an interest in back when we were dealing with GCN.
Katja. Natalia, how did we get here? I need some kind of explanation.
I completely agree, Miguel. And you'll have it in a moment. But first, Alexei, can you please help Natalia get access to that data you pulled off her system? Miguel, where are the access codes?
Over here. We have secure connection through the precinct. Whatever you want to send or receive, it's all channeled through the police network.
Perfect. Alexei?
A bit groggy, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, my friend. And Natalia, we need you to get this out there immediately, as widely distributed and through the most trusted channels as possible. I know you understand exactly what I mean, and that you had a plan to do this anyway. I did, just didn't anticipate doing it so soon. And I was expecting to circulate it in small doses. Sorry, but that most recent assault on the cabin has altered the timelines. We act before Nginx retaliates, or it'll be too late. Then, Alexei, let's get settled. I do, as Katie says, have a plan. Hook me up to the data, and we can begin.
By all means.
Elena, you're welcome to sit in on this little disruptive action. I understand it was largely your work that got us this far. Katie and I have some business with Miguel. I wouldn't miss it, but I must say, I'm also very keen on hearing this explanation. Please share the secret with me when this is all over. It would be our pleasure. Tessa, are you staying?
Right here on the bed. That blast they hit us with has set my head ringing. I'll just give it some recovery time.
Alright, you do that. We're going into the bathroom for a minute or two. Hope for good news when we get back.
You'll have it, Katja. And thank you. All of you.
Really? What is this? An interrogation?
Miguel, Natalia had it right. Thanks are in order. We appreciate everything you've done to help, including lending us the use of your apartment, and finding Natalia a place to hide after her disappearance.
You haven't answered the question.
Katie, is it alright if I tell him?
Go right ahead. I think he deserves to know.
Miguel, my friend, Katie here. She's not my friend. At least not just my friend. She's me, Miguel. She's me. From another line of existence. And she can travel between those lines to hear to many other versions of reality in which other versions of me, of her, exist.
She travels through time?
Time, space, between realities, all in the blink of an eye.
Alright, you've had your little joke, ladies. And if you're not going to tell me the truth, I suppose I deserve it. But I would never have helped any of you, Katja, Natalia, or the others, if I hadn't believed you were trying to do the right thing. Still do believe it, God help me. But one day, you will tell me the truth.
Kat, are you there? Katja? Let me guess. Things are going sideways. Natasha has vanished, Kat. Not even Rita knows where she is. Please, help us. I'm on my way, Katja. I'm on my way. Sorry, Miguel. Katja, we need to finish this a little later. Katja, can you?
Of course, Katie. Good luck.
And you. Keep me informed.